Anglerfish. The glowing nightmare of the deep. At first glance, it looks pathetic. Small body, blank eyes, awkward fins. A fish that seems permanently disappointed with evolution. But then you see the light. Not a normal light. Not even close. This creature carries a biological lantern on its face. A living bulb powered by colonies of glowing bacteria. That lure is everything. It shines. It wiggles. It lies. Tiny fish drift closer and vanish before they even realize what happened. The female up to 40 centimeters with teeth shaped like rusted needles. The male, a miniature nobody, no strength, no independence. He simply fuses to her body, becoming a romantic parasite with one job. Exist and donate DNA on demand. Picture this. You're a fish. You see a soft, gentle light. Peaceful, inviting, and then a mouthful of curved blades snaps shut around you. The anglerfish is the abyssal doorkeeper. Ugly, efficient, perfectly lethal. And if you think this is strange, wait until you meet a predator whose face looks like a malfunctioning jaw with fins. Goblin Shark. Goblin Shark. The deep-sea relic that looks like evolution pressed random eyes and walked away. At first glance, it seems slow. Loose skin, tiny eyes, a long, awkward snout pointing at nothing in particular. But then the jaw happens. This shark can launch its mouth forward like a biological bear trap. Elastic tendons pull, release, and snap. The jaw shoots out faster than a blink, grabbing anything foolish enough to swim close. Its teeth are thin, hooked needles, perfect for snagging prey in the pitch-black depths around 1000 m. It doesn't chase, it drifts, old, calm, patient until the jaw fires and dinner disappears. Imagine seeing this shape in the dark. Slow, harmless, and suddenly it becomes all jaw. But if you think this is unsettling, wait until you meet something bigger, stronger, and wrapped in legend. Giant squid. Giant squid. The deep ocean's most persistent rumor that turned out to be real. For centuries, sailors told stories. Massive tentacles, eyes the size of plates, creatures pulling ships into the abyss. Everyone assumed it was exaggeration until science said actually they weren't far off. A giant squid can reach 12 to 13 m long. That's bus-sized. Its eyes are the largest of any living animal built to detect shadows in total darkness, like the silhouette of a predator or a passing whale. And those tentacles armed with rotating hooks and serrated suckers, perfect for grabbing anything from fish to theoretically you. But humans almost never see them alive. They rise at night. They hunt in silence and then vanish back into the black. Imagine drifting in the deep and a pair of dinner plate eyes opens right below you. But even with all that size and mystery, some creatures don't need bulk or legends to be terrifying. Just fangs big enough to look impossible. Fangtooth. Fangtooth. The fish that looks like someone took a normal creature and replaced the face with teeth. At first glance, it's small. Surprisingly small. Barely the size of your hand. You think, oh, that's cute. And then you notice the jaw. The fangs are absurd. So long they don't even fit inside the mouth. The skull literally has pockets to store them. Imagine having teeth so huge your own body needs extra compartments just to keep them organized. Despite its size, the Fangtooth lives at up to 5,000 m deep. Pressure that would crush submarines. Yet, this tiny demon swims through it like it's nothing. It doesn't ambush with elegance. It doesn't hypnotize prey. It simply bites hard and doesn't let go. Picture it in the dark. A small shadow with oversized daggers for a mouth. But if you think this looks ancient, wait until you meet a predator that actually feels prehistoric. Frilled Shark. Frilled Shark. The sea serpent that accidentally became a shark. At first glance, it looks wrong, too long, too flexible, too ancient, like something that forgot to evolve for the last 80 million years. And honestly, it did. The frilled shark swims with slow, eerie waves, more like a giant eel than a modern predator. 6 frilled gill slits run down its throat, giving it a medieval dragon-like collar. Elegant, old, unsettling. Its jaws hold 300 needle teeth arranged in perfect curved rows. Tiny hooks designed to trap prey like biological Velcro. If you wiggle free from one row, you just fall into the next. It drifts around 1,500 m, quiet and deliberate. Not fast, not flashy, just patient and hungry. Imagine this shape sliding out of the darkness. Long, smooth, ancient, like the ocean remembering its oldest nightmares. And if you think this creature has an unusual shape, wait until you meet something with a mouth so oversized, so absurd, it looks like a swimming cartoon gone horribly wrong. Pelican Eel. Pelican Eel. The deep-sea creature that looks like someone glued the wrong head onto the wrong body. At first glance, it's just a thin, harmless ribbon drifting in the dark. Tiny eyes, fragile tail, a body that says, "I am not built for conflict." But then the mouth opens. Not a normal mouth. A ballooning, expandable cavern that can stretch wider than the eel itself. It inflates like a living parachute. A biological net designed to swallow anything that wanders too close. Fish, crustaceans, or whatever unfortunate shape fits inside that impossible pouch. Its jaw hinges are so loose, so elastic, it can gulp prey larger than its own torso. A predator powered not by strength, but by absurd geometry. It lives around 1,000 meters, drifting like a ghost with a detachable face. Quiet, weightless, always ready to unhinge. Imagine seeing that silhouette approach. Small, small, and suddenly enormous. But if wide jaws disturb you, wait until you meet something with legs so long and spindly they look like the ocean tried to reinvent spiders from scratch. Giant sea spider. Giant sea spider. The creature that proves the deep ocean doesn't fear your nightmares. It invents new ones. At first glance, it looks fragile. Paper-thin legs, tiny body, a walking geometry problem with no respect for proportion. But then you realize those legs can stretch nearly half a meter each, long enough to make your skin crawl from across the room. Despite the name, it's not a true spider. No venom, no webs, just a proboscis, a long feeding tube it uses to suck nutrients from soft-bodied animals. It doesn't bite. It siphons quietly, methodically like a slow-motion vampire with stilts. They roam icy depths across Antarctica, moving with unsettling grace. All legs, no mercy. Imagine that silhouette drifting toward you, spindly, silent, impossible to read. But if spidery limbs make you uncomfortable, wait until you meet a predator built entirely around one idea. Bite first, ask nothing later. Viperfish. Viperfish. The deep-sea blade with a heartbeat. At first glance, it looks like a fragile skeleton drifting in the dark. But then you see the teeth. Impossible teeth. Curved spikes so long the fish can't even close its mouth properly. Evolution didn't design this creature to look nice. It designed it to pierce. The viperfish lives in the twilight zone around 1000 m where light is a rumor and survival is violence. It hangs motionless, lure glowing faintly along its spine, a string of bioluminescent dots pulsing like a broken constellation. One flash, a second, then it lunges upward with explosive speed, impaling prey before they know they're dead. It can swallow animals nearly half its own length, digesting them slowly as it sinks back into darkness. No drama, no waste, just efficiency sharpened to a point. Imagine meeting this silhouette in the deep. Jaws open, lights flickering, teeth like needles forged from nightmares. Cold, silent, perfectly lethal. Please subscribe. Minotaur, half man, half bull, and fully a god's bad joke. If you made it all the way to the abyss with me, make sure to subscribe, drop a like, hit the bell, and tell me which deep-sea creature you think is the most terrifying.